Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams and welcome to your reading. I am so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. Thank you, Divine. Alright, let's go ahead and begin with the Wisdom Oracle and see what messages flowing in for the overall energy of your reading. What does this beautiful being need to know? Imagine. Divine says, please don't limit yourself as far as what you think you can do. Whatever it is that you tell yourself you can do, make sure that it's limitless. Don't put any cap on the amount of money that you're able to manifest or on the things that you're able to do, to accomplish. Because I'm getting that whatever it is that you think you can do a whole lot more. And you're not going to have to wear yourself out. You're not going to have to skip on sleep or skip on meals or skip on vacations. You're able to enjoy your life. 144 on the timer. This is because you're chosen. Because your path and your purpose are divine. That's why. I'm also hearing because you do the work. This came through in a recent reading, like meditate at night or visualize at night. Like even if you just, when you go to bed, put your head on the pillow and close your eyes. Maybe put on some soothing music, some healing frequency music, and just allow yourself to explore astrally what you want to accomplish. Just let yourself feel that. Let yourself go there. But do this at night because there's something about the moon. The moon is here in this card that's going to assist you with your intuitive efforts. Your imagination is such a powerful tool. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it here, but there's actually a person here who has like a cord that goes up to the moon. You have a very special connection with the moon. You might have significant Cancerian energy in your chart, or Cancerian energy might be highly aspected in your chart, okay? Or you just might like the nighttime. You might like stargazing, moon bathing. Yeah. It's going to help you to go up levels in your life to do this. Because Divine is saying that you're the kind of being that you need to see it here first in your mind's eye. And when you give yourself the opportunity to do that without any limitations, 345 on the timer, I was just talking about steps. Yeah, you're ready to go to the next level. You're ready. But Divine says they want to show you this first in your mind's eye. So give yourself the opportunity to visualize without any caps, without any limitations. Okay? I'm hearing you can put the top down. Like in a convertible. It's going to free you. You know how, I don't know if you enjoy riding in a convertible, but I think it's pretty fun, you know? You feel the wind. It just feels very free. Poised. Some people don't like it though. Some people don't like a convertible. But freedom suits you. Okay? Alright. Yeah, you're very poised. But the thing is about like your poise, it's not stuffy. You know how some people are very poised, but they're like You know, it's like they look like you just want to kind of take them and shake them and say, it's okay, be free, you know. You're not like that. You're very free, but you're also poised. It's like divine is bringing through that you're very comfortable in yourself. And if you haven't felt that way lately, that's one of these next steps that divine is bringing you to. But that's already the vibe that you give off. So it's almost as if you're not feeling that, you're already radiating that energy because it's there. It's inside of you. Divine is just inviting you to feel it. But I'm getting that for some of you, you already feel this. You are comfortable in your skin. You radiate this sense of confidence that is so... What's coming through is that it eradicates fear in others. Other divine beings, 555. People who come to you with bullshit, it scares them. Your confidence scares them. But divine beings that approach you, it helps them to overcome fear as well. So it's almost as if your healing energy is contagious. It is like that, because that's how healing is. Okay? This is card 48, which is 4 and 8. It's 12. So this is like hanged man energy. Your confidence allows you to see different perspectives in the world because you're sure of your place with the divine. You know that the divine's got you. You're safe and secure enough within yourself that you can see other people without judging them in a negative way. Divine is saying you have pure judgment, which is a good thing. It's good to judge others as far as your boundaries are concerned. You know, some people say, don't judge others, don't judge me. Well, of course I'm going to judge you because I need to determine to what extent you should be in my life. Or I need to determine if what you're telling me is truth or not. But you don't judge others in that you put others down just because, or you put others down because of choices that they make that don't impact other people. Like, you're not that type of person, but you do have good judgment, where you make good choices regarding your relationships with other people. You're very poised, very confident, and very secure in your relationship with spirit, and that's only going to increase. I said one more from this deck. Okay, and they gave me 3 more. You're a very fair being. There are some other people who have asked you to be fair with them, but they're not fair with you. And so if you... I keep hearing the word eradicate. You may have gotten rid of something, or you may have cut off a toxic relationship. But if you have... cut someone off from your life or stopped communicating with them, divine says that you deserved to do that and you made a wise judgment and it was fair. I'm getting to the sea and to the moon. So this is all about intuitive energy. You might have significant water energy in your chart, or whatever water you do have in your chart. Divine wants to come to you through that energy. So if you print out your natal chart, there's a link below to do it for free. You can see where there are water elements in your chart, and you can tap into that energy. So like, say for example, if you have let's say you have Mercury in Cancer, okay? So your communication, you do that through the water element because Cancerian energy is water, okay? So divine wants to come to you intuitively through your communication and work with you through the water element. So they might have you like drink certain teas to stimulate your throat chakra, or take a spiritual bath that helps awaken the energy of your throat chakra. But whatever water energy you have in your chart, Divine is going to awaken that energy. And more than likely using water. Okay, so connecting with the moon, connecting with water, to the sea and to the moon. That's what I'm hearing. And that's not going to be done overnight. So, you know, take your time with it. Okay, I'm sure other elements will come to you as well. But specifically, Divine is wanting to work with you through water at this time. So, you've got Yang. Oh, and that's like fiery energy. That's masculine. I'm getting fire from this card. You're going to be doing something very active with your hands. You're going to be creating something with your hands. This is magician energy. There's something you're going to be inspired to do with your hands. I keep getting that. Some of you create music. You might be writing. You might be drawing, painting. You might do tarot. You might work with cards or other divination tools. You might be working outside. I know in the Northern Hemisphere right now it's not gardening season, but you might be tending to your houseplants. You know, something like that. But you're going to be doing something very special with your hands. And it's creative energy. Okay. Ashe. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, let me see. I want to go to... Okay, they're saying this deck. Forbidden is here. This is card 18, just like the moon card in the tarot. Let's see what else is coming through this deck. There might be something that... What about this forbidden energy, Divine? Listening. Divine is saying don't listen to everybody that talks. Oh, I like that. Don't listen to everybody that talks. You know, and the first thing that came to mind was this to be fair card. There's somebody that you've called judgment on. Divine says your scales were balanced when you did that. Whatever it is that you cut out, or that you were like, I'm not hearing that. I'm not listening to that. You immediately brought something into balance in your world when you did that. Because there's somebody around you who's speaking out of either anxiety or fear. I heard of not being enough. They're afraid of not being enough. This feels very karmic. This energy feels very karmic. Please tell us more, Spirit. They're afraid of not being enough. And they are filled with lust. I think it's okay to show. But I'm going to just do like that. Okay? They're afraid of not being enough. So they project this image of confidence. But really, everything that they talk about is regarding, or everything that they talk about is done with the intention of garnering lust. This person has an attachment. It's an entity, a lustful entity that drives them to go out and gain sexual partners in order to try to lock something down for themselves. Prosperity, I'm hearing. They want success. They want security. And they want to feel like they are, I heard, top dog. So they do this through a lustful spirit. They try to ensure all of these things in their life. They try to ensure that they have access to all of these things in their life by controlling other people through lust. That's what it is. They try to control other people through lust. I'm seeing how this person has this, isn't that called a bridle or something? A bridle? But anyway, they have the horse. They're holding it by this attachment. I'm gonna call it an attachment because this person has a demonic attachment to them. But they're holding the horse, controlling it. You know, which is a normal thing with horse riding, I believe. I don't know anything about horses. I love them as animals, but I've never ridden a horse. I rode a pony once when I was a little girl, but I don't know anything about horse riding, so that's not my thing. But I think that this is a normal thing to have as far as how you guide a horse. But it's not a normal thing to do to a human. But this is what they try to do to human beings in order to control them. And they do this by projecting an image of confidence, which is completely fake. This person does not like themselves. And they do it through lust as well. Okay, lustful energy. And look at that. She's like biting his neck like a vampire. Anything else we need to know from this deck about this spirit? Okay, so you're coming through as the high priest or high priestess of spirit, where you're completely connected and tuned into the divine. And so there's somebody who you told to shut it down, or either you did this quietly, like maybe it was a quiet exit from their life, or maybe you blocked them. You told them that you don't want to be involved with them. We're in minute 16. This is the tower. What I'm getting is that this was a tower for this person, but it was a necessary tower. Because all they would have done is, if you did not cut this off, or if you did not shut this down, they would have tried to enslave you. And like this, I think that's called a bridle, I'm not sure, but I'm seeing a muzzle. Like they would have energetically tried to shut you up and control you. I'm seeing like, okay, the stuff with the fetish stuff, I don't know anything about that, but like there are people who are into that, where there's like master and slave. Now that might be relevant. Take it if it resonates. That might be relevant to this situation, but I'm definitely getting that energetically that's how this person wanted you, was as their slave. They wanted to enslave you. So if you had not brought an end to this situation, that is exactly the direction that things were headed in. So whatever it was that you brought to an end, it was a good thing and it was fair. It was a fair judgment. Divine, please show us more about this. What needs to be known about this situation that's coming through? You are coming through as a starseed. I don't really buy into titles like that, like starseed, whatever, but you are chosen for a very divine path, and you have a very unique and divine origin. You are going to recall information that is sent to you from the divine that helps you to fulfill your purpose. Okay? You receive divine downloads. That's something that this relationship with this person, this very controlling being, would have stopped. Yeah, they were trying to portray and allow a false narrative to persist. It's a false narrative about you and another person. What is this false narrative, Divine, that they were trying to... Oh, wow. So we've got lust here. And priest. Okay, I'm getting that this person, whoever this was, who was very controlling and who wanted to control you, they experienced a very abusive situation at some point in their life by someone who was considered clergy. It could have been a priest, it could have been a minister, a rabbi, anyone who... I am specifically getting the Catholic religion though. I'm getting Catholicism. that they had a very negative experience within that faith. But if that does not resonate with you, if this person grew up Jewish or Baptist or Muslim or whatever, whoever their leader would have been, or their minister, or their guide, okay, that they or someone in their family looked up to, that person experienced abuse, all right, by someone who was trusted. But also, there's a false narrative that this person was creating about a divine being. This could be about you, but also this could be someone that you know, or that you love, or that you care about, who is truly divine. And they were spreading a rumor, a false narrative about this person, that they are lustful. That's a lie. You know what I'm getting? I just saw like a two-way street. It's like this person was putting into your head that that another person that is divine was lustful. And they were putting into their mind that you're lustful. So they wanted both of you, 2121 on the timer, exactly. It was like whatever they were telling you about this person, they were making that person think that same thing about you. So they wanted both of you to believe that you're motivated by lust. This could be that this is someone that you consider as a love interest, or someone that you care deeply about. It doesn't have to be romantic, but I'm definitely getting that for some of you that applies. They wanted you to think that, I just heard fuckboy. Like whoever the masculine is, there could be two masculines here, but whoever's masculine, they wanted the other person to think that they're a fuckboy. And whoever the feminine is, they wanted the masculine to think that is it a fuck girl? I don't know. But that's all they care about. And it's truly not. So creating completely false narratives about people's character. That's what they were doing. Tell us more about this, Spirit. They went to far lengths to do this. They traveled to see people in order to spread these rumors. I mean, I guess they felt that they couldn't do it just by text or talking on the phone. They actually wanted to be in a person's presence in order to convince them. I'm also getting that this person was using chaos magic to do this, and they may have traveled in order to have some sort of spell done to impact the way that these people were seeing each other. 2323 on the timer. So whoever it was that they wanted to keep apart, these are two divine beings. Very, very divine, because we have here Starseed and Priest. And I'm getting that this person was impacted by, because this has something to do with why they did this. The abuse that they suffered as a child from a member of the clergy. It's something about divine relationships or divine unions that they want to siphon from. I'm getting that this person wants to feel divine. And so they saw two divine beings that were on a path to connect with one another in some way. It could have been romantically or it could have been platonically, but however it was going to be, they were going to connect. I'm getting that you were meant to connect with another divine being. That this person somehow was trying to influence you and your way of thinking about this person, and they were influencing this person's way of thinking about you. They wanted you to see each other at 2444. So whatever union this is, whether it's romantic or platonic, it is protected. triple time. 2, that's a union. 444. Divine said what they said, okay? So, oh, I'm hearing that song by Sade. Nothing can come between us. I just saw that short earlier today, so now I know why. It's such a cool song. I love Sade. Okay, focus. But yeah, they wanted to completely, I'm seeing like somebody take an axe and trying to hack away at the cords between you, because these cords are positive. It's for divine union, whether romantic or platonic. But they wanted to hack away at them, and they just keep growing back. Like they can't do it. And this person is getting so frustrated. So they traveled not only to get in people's ear because they had nothing better to do. Because I'm getting that this person, it's like in this bag, they have a whole tool of tricks to make people think that they have a life that they don't have. This is card 10. They want people to think that they've got it all. This person has no job. Like, this is their job. They've made coming in between people and separating unions, inserting themselves where they have no business being. That's their job. They have a whole tool bag, toolkit that they use. AI, deep fake, of making it seem as though they have a life that they don't have. This person has traveled. I'm getting that in some cases, for some of you, this person has traveled out of the country to have spell work done, to create a separation between a divine union, a divine pair. That's crazy. That's crazy. And that's probably why they have no job, is because they spend time and money doing this. They really feel like this is their calling. And they feel like doing this will lead them to being able to, okay, now this might be connected to the past reading, because I kept getting the same thing. They want to fill your shoes. They want to be divine like you. And so they feel like if they can knock another person out and get in their shoes, or knock you out and get in your shoes, whatever, you know, they just want to be in your situation. They feel like that will make them divine. Like that'll be, it's almost like getting a certification as a divine being, as if there were something like that. You know. I don't know. Anything else we need to know about this situation from this deck, Spirit? Yeah, so this is a whole third-party sitch. And they broke the law to do this shit. So they've inserted themselves between a divine pair as a third party. And they're sitting there pissed. Meanwhile, the divine beings are just like, we chilling, we good. Now, this divine pair might not be in union, but they're doing great. You see their faces? They're good. They may be in union, they may not, depends on your situation. But whatever is meant to happen between this pair, it's going to happen. For some of you, it could be that you're just supposed to work together on a project or on a mission. You know? For some of you, you're supposed to have a romantic union. For some of you, you're going to be amazing friends, an amazing source of support for one another. But whatever it is, and to whatever level and whatever path, I'm seeing like different paths that you could take together. 2929 on the timer. This is going to happen, and it's going to result in many blessings with 2929. That's a union that results in wish fulfillment. I'm thinking of 9 of Cups. Okay? But this person has stood here trying to get in the way of this. And they are now facing legal issues because they've broken the law. Tell us more, Spirit. And now they've been abandoned. So whatever progress they made with getting in between or pairing up with someone, either against this union or maybe trying to be a third party, maybe getting one of these people to side with them or believe the lies of the other person or whatever, they've been abandoned. Nobody's believing what they have to say anymore. They need to go ahead and catch an Uber and get the fuck out. Like, it's done. It's over. Nobody's buying their lies anymore. Nobody's listening to what they have to say. Oh, you know what else I'm getting though? Is that this person, whatever gift they had, they tried to use it in a very evil, vindictive way. So there could be people within this union that suffered from abandonment issues or some sort of situation. I would say abandonment wounds. I don't want to call them issues because it's up to you if it's an issue or not. But someone in this situation may have suffered from abandonment wounds. And so they researched these people and found out everything they could. I mean, this person was pulling their charts. This person was getting readings on them. And that's also what I'm seeing here, is that they use the gifts of someone else, because this person has lost whatever gifts they had. They don't have access to them anymore because they've abused their gift and used it in the wrong way. I'm getting that this has gone on for a long time. They've done way too much. And they put so much focus on accomplishing this. That's how they see it. 3223 on the timer. Trying to mirror someone else obsessively. Okay, there's an Ice King and a mature woman here. This Ice King, what I'm getting here is that there's a masculine here who now sees the light about a mature woman. This person who is doing all this, what I'm getting is that they're too damn old to be acting like this. Like, they should be so much more mature than how they act. They should not be focusing their attention on this kind of craziness. Their self-love is in the reverse. Whoever this feminine is who was doing this, they have all the wrong intentions, their focus is on the wrong thing. And they were hoping that, well, first of all, I'm seeing that they have some sort of connection with a karmic masculine. Potentially that they have, that they're married to. But also whatever masculine is in their energy, they were hoping that they would remain committed to a karmic lifestyle. Okay? But somebody's seeing beyond the veil. And they've brought something completely to an end. I'm seeing that one of the things that ended was some ritual work. Some chaos magic that was being done. And instead we're ascending here. Also ascending in order to support a child. A child could have been impacted by this situation. Wow. Yeah, somebody has stepped into their true masculine energy. Their divine masculine energy with the yang there. They know who they are now. And they're not putting up with these energetic shenanigans. They're not gonna put up with it anymore. They're just not. What's going on with this karmic, divine? What do we need to know about them moving forward? If anything comes through, what's this? Falling in love. They call themselves falling in love. And that's what they want, whether they saw it coming or not. The heart's getting involved and it's getting deep fast. This is more than a fling. Yeah, it's an obsession. But also, I see that that's what they see between this couple. They see true love. For those of you that this applies to a love union, okay? For some of you it's platonic. For some of you it's just like mission work. It's your path's work, divine work. But for some of you, this is truly a divine union that's taking shape. And they saw that. So they wanted to take whichever one, you know, masculine or feminine, out of the picture and insert themselves. That's what they wanted. This person is all about, oh yeah, see, they wanted to create a plot twist. They wanted to change the destiny. You can't just do that. And I feel like they got excited about whatever it was they were doing for a little while, but now they're just... I get that they're drinking a lot. I get that they're drinking a lot. They're watching someone have their big break. And it pains them. That's why they're drinking. Throwing shade. Because there's nothing else that they can do to stop anyone. This person has burned a bridge, many bridges with many people. Whatever influence they gained at one time over this, these people in this union, or anybody else, because I see that they could have been talking about the pair to other people as well, throwing shade. But they burned bridges. People now know that this person is not to be trusted. They want nothing to do with them. They know that this person has intentions that come from a place of mental illness, of obsession. They don't want to have anything to do with that. Divine, is there anything else that this beautiful being needs to know about this situation? Perhaps within the connection or anything. What's coming through? So this karmic has grown very impatient because they were not able to accomplish what they wanted. You're being guided to use your voice. Speak truth. Use your talent, use your gifts. Also, there might be some communication that comes to you regarding this situation. What's the guidance for that, Divine? What's the guidance regarding any communication? There's hope and healing. Someone hopes to repair something with you. Someone hopes to I'm just getting healing. Now, regarding the person that is karmic, who was trying to ruin this connection, there's nothing that needs to be said to that person, but there is healing energy that you are able to channel regarding this situation to other people. There might be someone that you come across who's going through the same situation where someone wants to talk about them negatively and ruin opportunities for them. Whatever it is that you've gained, whatever wisdom and knowledge, because I know you've gained a lot because you're a divine being who has been through something very trying, share that information, speak up. But regarding this particular person, there's nothing that needs to be said. This could be the person that you would enter a divine union with. There may be some communication there. If you're open to it, then, you know, someone's hoping to heal something with you. I'm just getting from Spirit that if it's this toxic being, what they want is to not heal. They don't want to heal. We can look at what they want to do, though, if they were to come to you. Let's see what their intentions are. What are the intentions of this karmic towards the divine collective? Gift. There's something I'd like you to have. I bet. You know what I just got? What popped up in my mind's eye? 3 letters. STD. I'm getting that for some of you, this person wants to come into your realm in order to try to seduce you. That lust card did come out. And they would love to give you a gift that keeps on giving. Don't do it. Tribe, we seem very aligned in a lot of ways. You're my kind of people. I don't think so. You are nothing like this person. At one time, there was a certain alignment where divine allowed the two of you to come into each other's orbit, where you could have complemented one another. But this person took that and dumped it in the trash. 4141 on the timer. That's what they chose to do with that opportunity of meeting you. And so because they chose that path, there's now nothing that is to become manifest between the two of you, other than your own protection of your energy and your boundaries. I'm also getting, with this being the tribe card, that this person has lost the tribe that they gathered against you. And so that's one reason why they're even more motivated to try to come towards you, because they're so desperate. They know that everyone else has heard them talk about you. They've heard this person speak of you in a very negative way. So with truth coming out, because with voice, I feel like there's some truth that's been spoken. People now know why this person was so negative towards you. They realized that it was due to mental illness and jealousy and deep envy and obsession. So this person can't go to them and convince them of anything. So they want to come to you. They figure if they fix it with you, then you can vouch for them to this tribe. That's really what they want with this tribe card. It's a no. Whatever hole they dug, it's just going to be there. And this is how they want to present themselves, as positive. My intentions are pure and I only want to improve your life. But what I'm getting is with positive test results. Remember, STD came through? That's what I'm getting there. And see, the way that that information came through, it was like very slick, right? That's how this person wants to try to be. But what they don't realize is that you have become even more aware of their frequency and how they try to go undetected and fly under the radar. And so you're more resilient now and even more intuitive than you were before. So you pick up on this type of ish very easily, very quickly. They would never get anything over on you like that, ever. So it's pointless. If they were to try to come to you, it really would be pointless, because you're going to stand your ground and you're going to stand firm on your boundaries. All right, beautiful being. Let's go ahead and see what's coming through. What are you guiding me to, divine? Okay, shaman's dream it is. Ooh, I like this one. Eyes of the Eagle, rising above the fray. That's right. And that's about having excellent vision of what's going on. You have that. What does this beautiful being need to know, Divine? What message do they need? Straddling worlds, wandering between realms. Okay, this is card 52. That's such a beautiful image. I love that. 52. Okay. Here we go. That's pretty good. Yeah. Being comfortable in two states, wandering between realms, reinvention. When the straddling worlds card shows up, it's an invitation to get used to living with one foot in your old world and one foot in the new. You might be facing a change, a transition at this time. There is no going back to the way things once were, and what will be is not yet fully here. You must find the delicate balance that can bring you delight as you relish the past and all your memories, along with awe as you glimpse the astonishing and exciting future. Do not wait for applause. Move on quietly, humbly, invisible to others. This card brings an invitation to begin not only a new chapter, but a new book in your life. Do not break the news to anyone. Let people be as surprised as you are as you reinvent yourself. What's coming through to me now is whatever changes occur in your life, or whatever new connections you form, whatever transformations you go through, if they involve another person, keep it to yourself. Keep it on the low. And it's not about hiding it, it's just about keeping it close to your heart and protected. Because when I say that this lustful being is obsessed as all hell, I get that they don't have a lot of resources right now, but whatever they have, they would give to figure out the details of what's going on with you. I know they've been getting readings on you. And so, you know, protect your energy. I feel like whatever information they're picking up on, it's past energy. They're not seeing where you are now. They're not seeing where you're going. They would love to, but they're not seeing it. And so that frustrates them even more. This is because you've ascended. You're above from where they can see. So remember, I saw Eyes of the Eagle as I was turning the pages. They can't see where you are. You have ascended. You have excellent vision, but they don't. They've downgraded. They've descended, okay? Yeah, do not break the news to anyone. Let people be as surprised as you are as you reinvent yourself. Make sure you are not just a slightly improved and more polished version of a dated and obsolete you. Birth yourself into someone original. Do not feel like you have to explain yourself or be understood by anyone. Become a mystery even to yourself. Gaze into the mirror one morning and be pleasantly surprised. So about your creative transformations, just let it be. Let it be, let it be. I'm hearing that song. But don't feel like you have to explain yourself. You don't have to explain anything to anybody. Just be 4848. Just be who you are. Be yourself. And be so proudly. Okay? Straddling Worlds invites you to become a true wizard, not one who performs magic tricks, but one who has mastered the dance between the visible and the invisible worlds, between the realms of form and formlessness. You are the birther of new ideas, of original and sustainable ways of being in the world. Between the realms of form and formlessness. So it's like you exist, you are, but you are as you wish to be. You don't fit into a mold. You are unique. And you may be this way today and that way tomorrow. And that's perfectly fine. Also, the truer you are to yourself, the more you attract towards you. The more you reel in just naturally that is truly meant for you. Whether it's opportunities or people or experiences, you're attracting exactly what's for you because you're giving yourself the freedom to be only who you are. Nothing more, nothing less. And you're becoming more and more comfortable with who you are. More and more proud of who you are. Yeah. I love that. Asha, beautiful being. I hope that you enjoyed this message. I hope that it gave you some clarity, some insight, and some good vibes. Vibes. I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much. And I love you. I wish you peace. I wish you joy. And I wish you so many blessings. Take care.